Welcome back to Season 3 of Bottom Dwellers with Rayo Vallecano. I'm Brett, and you're watching A Kick in the Grass, a Football Manager story. Okay, just to recap, at the end of Season 2, we managed to finish third in the Spanish First Division with 76 points, behind Valencia and Real Madrid, and Barcelona finishing in a lowly 6th for them. The teams that got relegated were Malaga, Mirandes, and Gijon. In the other competitions, we got to the quarterfinals of the Euro Cup, getting ousted by Spurs, and we made the 4th round of the Spanish Cup with our embarrassing loss to Lugo. Okay, as far as the vision for the club in Season 3, they are looking to finish in the mid-table. We are in the Champions Cup, which is awesome, and they want us to reach the group stage. I think that's going to happen automatically. And in our 5-year plan, work within the wage budget, 3-year contracts for first team players, and building that new stadium. The transfer budget for this season is $2.19 million. That's already been bumped up. We've made a player sale. We'll check in with that soon. The wage budget, $650,000. Already spending $575,000 of that, with $75,000 left to go. We're in the Champions League. We're going to need to fill out the squad. We're going to have to do some shrewd business, find some gems, some cheap gems, move some money around, sell some players potentially. I'll check back at the end of the transfer window with you and we'll have a look. It's 1st of September and the transfer deadline has been and gone. Done a little bit of business. On the outs, we have Ruben de Tomas. He was never going to get a game at our club. Surprisingly, we've sold Undercarpa. We picked him up on a free to play right back last year. He's a well-rounded player. He's 31 years old. We picked him up for free. We sold him on to Olympiacos for 5.25. I think that's excellent business. It allows us to spend a bit of money elsewhere or player wages. The other out was Samir Memisevic, a guy that played centre-back for us. He's not the best. He filled a gap for us for a little bit. We got him for free in the first season. We've made $1 million off of him, and he was 30 as well. So it's about selling on our players that are getting older, making some money from them, and then reinvesting that money. So in the ins, we have 2 free transfers. Pablo Maffio, he's going to replace Carpa. He is a heap better, a heap younger, and he's going to be great for our team. Great physicals. Mentals are pretty good. His technicals are okay, but an excellent addition to our Vallecano team. Got him on a free transfer from VfB Stuttgart. We managed to pick up Billy Gilmour from Chelsea for free at the end of the season. I don't know why he was released, but of course I'm going to snap him up if he's willing to come. And I think he's going to be a mainstay in our midfield for a while, playing that central midfield role. Also picked up a new gen, Guillaume Chatelain. We're going to sit him in the juniors, the under-19s, in the youth team, and we'll see how he develops over time. He was $625,000. It's a free hit, I think. If we just check into the changeover of the season, we've had a couple of loan outs, but we reinvested some of that money we got from Undercarpa and Memisevic into a new central defender. I think he adds a lot of quality to our team. Bosco Sotalo. He's got some good height, good physicals. He's a well-rounded player. His attributes are pretty good for that centre-back position. That's where we're going to play him. He's 23. He's got good value on him. I think he can still improve. If we're checking out the squad here, we've also managed to keep on Romeo Lavia and Gonçalo Estevez as loanees. They'll just fill out the squad, assuming that we have a Champions League campaign to go into this season. As far as who our best players are, Akhmedic, Collado, Garcia, Lopez, Gilmour fits in up there. Sadiq, our excellent striker, Maffio. So some of those players we've added, Sotalo as well, they're fitting into our top 11 easily. I think we've made some good business. If we have a look at the competitions we're in, we have started the Spanish First Division quite well. We are 2 wins from 2 games played. We have also been drawn into our Champions Cup group. We have Bayern, Manchester United and Dynamo Zagreb. If we get out of the group, it would be a miracle. I think the Euro Cup qualification 3rd place is what we should be looking at. We're also in the Spanish Cup and the Spanish Super Cup, which I have no idea how that works. Taking a look at the schedule, The 2 games we've played so far, we have played Las Palmas and Vigo, kept clean sheets both times, 2-0 victory over Las Palmas, Garcia and Sutalo, our new boy, going for it, and a 3-0 win against Vigo. Ahmedžić, Billy Gilmore, and Pajac getting goal scorers from all over the place. Looking ahead, where do I hope to be? We'll come back at Christmas. If we can be in and around the top 6 or 7, I think with how we ended last season, that would be fantastic. I still want to finish in a European spot. We've established ourselves in the league now. I think a European spot is a minimum for the club. I think we need to keep hitting those European spots each and every year from now on. Okay, just having a look at the tactic. We're still running with the 4-2-3-1. I think our players fit really well into it. I have locked some players in for the season. I want Billy Gilmore to get as much game time as possible. I know he can get quite good. We picked him up on a free. I don't think he's developed as well as he could. Hopefully we can get that development with the games. Our new gen, Muharrem Aydemir, I'm just going to get games into him. I don't know if he's quite ready for the first team. I think I'm happy to take a hit so that he becomes a superstar quicker. If that means we drop down the ladder a little bit, that's okay. Ahmedžić, I've locked him in because I've got the corners going to the near post on that right side of the defence there in the centre defence, and Karius, I want him to play all the games as the goalkeeper. All right, let's simulate the games and we'll come back around Christmas time and see how we're going halfway through the season. Okay, so I've brought you back here. It's the end of deadline day. We've done all of our business, I think. There's still 4 hours to go. We've got a match starting in the middle of deadline day. I think this would be as good a place to check in and show you what's happened since we last saw you. As far as how we're going in all of our competitions, we are doing really well in the La Liga. We are currently 3rd with 43 points. Barcelona, they have readjusted after last season, finishing 6th. They are running away with it. We are 11 points behind them, but we are close behind Real Madrid in 2nd with 46 points. The goal difference between the top 2 and then the rest of the competition is quite vast. We have a lot of clubs around us. Levante and Atletico really nipping at our heels here. Our aim, stay in these European spots. As far as our European competitions are going, as predicted, we finished 3rd in our European Champions group. I'm pretty happy with that for our first time. We had 2 wins, Dynamo, and we beat Bayern at home. That's great. We ended up with 7 points in the group there. Been put into the Euro Cup, and we're going to play Austria Vienna in the second round knockout phase of that. I'm excited to see how far we can go in the Euro Cup. There are some good teams playing in there, but it's always a good chance for us to maybe get to the semi-finals, quarterfinals. I don't think the final is probably on our agenda this year. We're still in the Spanish Cup. We haven't had the crazy loss to a terrible team yet, and we got knocked out pretty quickly in the Spanish Super Cup. If we take a quick look at the Spanish First Division, we can see we've had 13 wins, 4 draws and 5 losses. Very happy with the start to the season. As far as players go, we have Umar Sadiq doing the job again. He's coming 2nd in the goals tally, also with player of the matches as well. We don't have too many other players hanging around in those major stats. That's how it is though. In this January transfer period, we have done some business, some big business. Labiad's gone out. He wasn't getting enough game time. He wasn't happy. He hasn't played very much for us. We got him on a free. He was a depth player, and we made some money on him. All good. Serrano's gone out on a loan. We've released someone on a free. Nolascoyan, a player we brought in for a very small amount, 65,000. I thought he might add depth. We've sold him on for 120. Always looking to make profit. But the big one. Manchester United came in for Ahmedžić. And he was not happy about me rejecting it the first time. He said he wanted to go. I couldn't do much about it. We can't have unrest in the team. So I tried to jack up the price as high as I could, and we ended up getting $30 million for him. It's a bit of a shame. I think that's going to mean we're losing one of our best players, if not our best player, and it might hurt us in the second half of the season. He was starting to come along really nicely. That 6'5" physical beast is not going to be with us anymore. If we look at the history, we signed him for 6.75. We have sold him a year and a half later for $30 million. It's excellent profit. It's really going to help the club in the long run, bring in some extra players. On the ins, we've got Gabriel Sina, a new gen. He's got good determination, same as his personality. Another one to sit in the youth team and see how he goes. His potential's 4-star. Hopefully that will mean he'll become a good player for us. We have signed Jordan Torunariga. I think that's how I'm going to say it. For 7.75 million. This is our replacement for Ahmedžić. He's pretty good. I think we've replaced reasonably well. He's not as tall. He's got good physicals and mentals, and his technicals are really good for a centre-back. Hopefully he can wed into the team pretty quickly and be a great replacement, which means we've made a lot of money on Arnel. Also brought in Jameer Gomez, another new gen. This is the tactic for me going forward in the save. Try and buy in young players, see if we can develop them, put them in the first team, and hopefully we're getting excellent players for cheap. Once again, good determination, something I look for, and that perfectionist personality. Really good. We'll get some games into Jameer pretty soon, I would think. If we have a look at the schedule, it's been an up and down first half of the season. We started with those 2 wins, went on a couple of wins in a row, then had a really bad time here, losing to San Sebastian, Sociedad and Madrid. Then got a little up and down. We beat Alave 2-0, had a draw to Levante, Pamplona win, Elche win, Huesca win. So a really good period in here in November. We won a couple of our Champions League games. We beat FC Bayern. We beat Bilbao and Dynamo. We then had an excellent win against Real Madrid away from home. That was at the Bernabeu. 1-0. Uno Lopez scoring the goal there. But December and January haven't been as fruitful. We did beat Barcelona following that Real Madrid league win. Sadiq scored 2 there. It seems to me we play really well against the high-quality teams, and then we went on a streak of losses here in the First Division. Villarreal, we had a 6-0 loss to Valencia. That's horrendous. 2-1 loss to Mallorca, and then we lost in that Super Cup semi-final, which I'm not too fussed about. We've then had mixed results to get us to this stage. A draw against Las Palmas. Vigo we had a win against, and a 0-0 draw against Getafe. Our form here in this December and January period has been really poor. I'm surprised we're still in 3rd position, but if we continue this, I think we're going to drop down a little bit, especially with our best centre-back leaving and having to bring someone new in. A lot of games left to go. We've got our Euro Cup campaign. Hopefully it doesn't hinder us too much in finishing high in the league. Looking at the tactics screen, I have taken Billy Gilmore out of that spot in centre midfield there. He's good enough just to get that spot by himself. I have locked in 2 centre-backs. They're really the only 2 centre-backs we have. I want them playing every game. That could hurt as far as injuries and fitness. I've still got Ademir sitting in here. He's improving really well, given that game time. I've also decided to stick on the inside winger spot over here. Another one of the new gens that I brought in last year, Angelo Trindade. He is looking awesome. I'm really excited by him. I want him to start playing as many games as possible. He's only played the 7, 6 off the bench, 1 start. I think this might cause us to go down the ladder a little bit in the La Liga, locking into really young players. Trindade is only 17, as well as Ademir, and locking in 2 central defenders that probably might get injured or unfit. But this is about preparing for the future. I want these 2 guys who look amazing to really become, the mainstays in our team. I want to build around them. So that's why I'm going to lock them in, give them the game time. Just having a quick look at the finances. Even though I sold Ahmedžić, for 30 million. We bought in a couple of players. There should have been money left. We've just pumped up the balance, which is great. But I put most of the money into the wage budget, pulled it all across. I want to be able to afford our players. I don't want the board to get upset with us for not working within the wage budget. So it was really good to be able to do that. It means that we've got more money to play with as far as wages. Next time we check in will be for our youth intake, and we'll see if we can get some more elite talents like we have the first 2 years. I don't know what it is with this club, but we keep getting given elite talents every year. 4 this year. I don't think I've ever seen 4 at any of the other clubs I've done saves with before. It doesn't mean they'll turn out amazing, but let's check them out. We've got Christian Alonso. We've got a goalkeeper. Great determination, driven personality. Looks to have attributes in the correct spots already. Excellent height at 6'4". We've got Carlos, a midfield centre. His determination is 3, and low determination personality, going nowhere probably. Juanjo Guajardo, 16 for determination, perfectionist personality. That's awesome. Has attributes in the right spots, great technique and first touch, decisions and flair. This guy's one to watch, Guajardo. Philip Aguilar, someone who can play striker or on the right side of midfield there. Once again, good determination with that fairly determined personality. His work rate's pretty good. Acceleration's good. Pace, first touch and technique. I'm not as convinced about Philippe as I am. I would say the star of our show here is probably Guajardo. That perfectionist personality is the thing doing it for me. I've got high hopes for him, and our goalkeeper looks really good as well. All right, we're going to check in on our previous elite talents and see how they're going. If we head into our squad page, go into the under 19s here and select them by potential, we can check out. We had Felipe Montero was one of ours. He seems to be coming along slowly, unambitious. So I haven't got high hopes for Montero. Fer Martinez, he's improving, unambitious as well. So not high hopes for that. We seem to be getting a few unambitious players, don't we? Juanvi, still a 5-star person up here. He's doing really well. He's only 17. Maybe get him in on loan next year. Yeah, he's looking great. That balance is really good. His jumping reach, his dribbling. I don't think he's going to be a striker. Probably play on that wing. And the other one we had was Jimenez. There he is. Central defender. Not quite tall enough. He's probably better for that central midfield spot. Maybe a ball-winning midfielder or defensive midfielder. He seems to be coming along okay. I'm a bit concerned about his 9 determination. It's not going to help him progress as quickly as possible. But we'll get him in our loan next year as well and see how we go. So that's an update on our elite talents so far. All right, checking out how we have gone since the end of January. We won that Spanish Cup 4th round game that was right in the middle of the deadline day, 4-0. We've had wins against San Sebastian, Hispalis in the quarterfinals. We had a draw again to Hispalis not long afterwards. We then lost in the first leg of the semi-final. We had a win against Espanyol in the league. In the Euro Cup first knockouts, we got past Austria Vienna, which is excellent, a 4-0 home win, and then a 0-0 draw away. We had a 3-0 win against Atletico Madrid, excellent. Sadiq scoring in there, even though we had a send-off. It was late, though. Another draw to Levante and Alave, and we got knocked out of the Spanish Cup to Valencia. In our Euro Cup second knockout round first leg, we played Olympiacos and we got through, even though we only had a 3-3 draw at home. We came back in the away leg and won it 2-0. We've then finished off up until now with 3 consecutive wins in the first division, a big 5-0 win against Elche, 2-0 win against Pamplona, and most recently a 1-0 win against Huesca. We have 7 games left in the league. If we check out how we're going in that, we currently sit second. We've pulled ahead of Real Madrid. They have a game in hand though, so it's still going to be tight. It looks like we should, unless something crazy goes on, lock in a top 4 spot and Champions League football again for next year. Really stoked with how we're going. Sadiq's got 20 goals in the league, and he's doing really well again. That Euro Cup second round, we are looking towards getting to those hopeful semi-final spot, which I sort of said we might be able to get to, but we got Porto to get through there. We're out of the Spanish Cup, and we were out of the Super Cup earlier. So one thing I forgot to show at the start of the year was what our best 11 would look like. I have locked in Trindade and Ademir, our new gens, because I want to give them as much game time as possible. It looks to be going really well so far. If we do quick pick it though, and see what the assistant would pick as our best 11, those two guys have been taken out. We would have Sadiq up top, Alex Collado on the left, Chuanpi in the middle as the advanced playmaker, Alvaro Garcia on the right, Gilmore and Unai Lopez as our central midfielders, Fran Garcia on the left wing back, Mafio on the right wing back, and Torunariga and Sutalo in central defence with Karius as the sweeper keeper. I'm really happy with the squad. I think our first team is great. I think we're really established now, and the next couple of seasons we should be looking to get some real quality players in and pushing towards winning the league. All right, with 7 games left of the season, I will see you when everything is finished and wrapped up. Here we are at the end of the season. Everything has been wrapped up and done. Our season is over. Let's have a look at the competition screen. If we go from the Spanish Super Cup and Spanish Cup, which we knew we were already knocked out of, we made it all the way to the semi-finals in the Euro Cup. If we have a closer look at that, we beat Porto 4-2 on aggregate in the quarterfinal, and then we got to the semi-final against Chelsea and got thumped. They beat us 4-1, which means a 1-0 win in the other leg as well. Going ahead there, they are playing Barcelona in the final, which is yet to be played. We got knocked out of the Champions League. If we have a look at that though, Man City and FC Bayern are playing the final in that one. We've had Paris Saint-Germain and Man City win that in the past 2 years. In the league, we have dropped down a bit. Last time we checked it out, we were second. It looks like we have had a bad run here. Looking at the form, we've had 3 losses, a draw, and only 1 win in our last 5. Luckily, we'd put the work in early. We finished with 71 points in 4th position. We still get Champions League football, which is awesome. Winning the league was Barcelona. They ran away with it, winning by 11 points to Real Madrid, and then Sevilla ended up 3 points ahead of us with quite a gap from 5th onwards. There's no other real big surprises. Atletico is probably the biggest surprise, finishing in 6th. Relegation was Vigo, Elche, and Espanyol. If we have a look at the statistics for the first division, Umar Sadiq's back in there again. 21 goals. I don't think that's as much as he had last year. No, 23. But getting 20 goals from your lone striker in a major league is really good. He came in the player of the match 8 times. And our new gen, Ademir, has picked up 15 yellow cards. We'll have a look at Ademir and Andrade in a moment. Taking a look at that schedule since our youth intake, we have been horrendous. 1-0 losses to Sevilla and Real Madrid back-to-back. We lost both legs in our semi-final against Chelsea in the Euro Cup. A 4-1 defeat to Barcelona after beating them earlier in the season. Same with Real Madrid. We beat them earlier in the season. We had a draw to Valencia 2-2, a 2-1 win against Villarreal, and then final day of the season, a 2-1 loss to Mallorca. That's about as bad as it gets, that end of the season there. In our last, wow, what is that? That's 9 games. We won 1, drew 1. And lost 7. Whew. Lucky we'd won a few games at the start. All right, that's not a good end to the season. Something has gone wrong. If we look at the squad page, we'll check out some of the statistics. If we have a look at the goals, Sadiq got 34 for the entire season. Trindade, our new gen who we locked in the middle of the year, got 11 goals and 10 goals from Alvaro Garcia. I think late in the season, you can see all these people that need rest. I think fitness was probably an issue for those losses. So maybe we need to sort that out. Maybe lock less people in or get a bigger squad for next season. People are playing a lot of games, it seems. On the assist front, Billy Gilmore, who came in this year on a free from Chelsea, 14 assists. Juanpi in the playmaker role, 13 assists. And Garcia, who popped in with 10 goals, has also got 10 assists as well, with a few other players chipping in. As far as average ratings go, only the 5 players this year. Our new central defender, our goalkeeper, the playmaker, Billy Gilmore in centre of midfield, and Sadiq, who is really our best player. We'd like to get a few more of these people in the greens. They're not heaps far away. Everyone from this point down is a 6.9 or higher. So with a bit of development, I think those guys will get right up there. Having a look at some of how our players have developed over this season, Billy Gilmore's looking really good. I've got high hopes for him in the future. Pablo Maffio, who was a new guy, he is fitting really well. Ademir is still improving. Great physicals. Mentals are coming along. Not very good in the technicals. Still 17. And Angelo Trindade, I think this guy is the superstar of the future. He continues to improve. And with those 11 goals in the season after playing 37 matches in all competitions, we're gonna build our team around Trindade. It says he's a striker. I think with 12 finishing and 11 composure, we'll try and work on those in his training until they get up a bit. I think we'll keep him on the right wing, but I do hope that with his pace and acceleration here and some good height, his off the ball's good and his passing's great as well. We can push him into that striker role at some stage. Maybe Sadiq will need to leave in a couple of years' time. That brings us to the end of Season 3 with Rayo Vallecano. In the next couple of seasons, I'll be looking to push on and try and win the La Liga and also a European trophy. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.